Ever found yourself eyeing that perfect something, whether it's a new gadget, a stylish outfit, or even just stocking up on everyday essentials, only to be hit with the ouch of the total price tag? We've all been there. It's that moment where you have to decide between instant gratification and waiting, sometimes weeks or even months, to save up. But what if there was a way to bridge that gap? What if you could get what you need or want now and pay for it later, in manageable installments? That's where buy now, pay later services, often shortened to BNPL, come in. And today, we're diving deep into one of the most popular players in this space, ZipPay. More specifically, we're tackling a question that many of you have asked: who can actually use ZipPay? Now, before we jump into the specifics, let's quickly recap what ZipPay is all about. ZipPay is a digital payment service that allows you to make purchases online and in-store and pay for them in interest-free installments. Think of it as a modern-day layaway, but instead of waiting to receive your item, you get it right away. This flexibility has made it incredibly popular, especially with younger generations. But, as with any financial service, there are eligibility criteria. It's not a free-for-all. So, let's break down the key requirements for using ZipPay. First and foremost, you need to be of legal age. In most countries, this means being 18 years or older. This is a standard requirement for almost all financial products and services. It's in place to ensure that users have the legal capacity to enter into a financial agreement. So, if you're under 18, unfortunately, ZipPay isn't an option for you just yet. Secondly, you'll need to be an Australian resident. ZipPay primarily operates within Australia and therefore requires users to have a valid Australian residential address. This is crucial for verification purposes and ensures that ZipPay can communicate with you effectively regarding your account and payments. If you're living outside of Australia, you won't be able to sign up. Next up is having a valid debit or credit card. This is how you'll actually make your repayments. ZipPay links to your existing card, and the agreed-upon installments are automatically deducted from your account. This makes the repayment process seamless and convenient. However, it also means that you need to have an active card in good standing. Prepaid cards are not accepted. Another important factor is your credit history. While ZipPay doesn't always perform a full credit check in the same way a traditional loan would, they do assess your creditworthiness. This usually involves a soft credit check, which doesn't negatively impact your credit score. They're looking for signs of responsible financial behavior. Things like missed payments on other loans or defaults could affect your eligibility. It is important to note that while ZipPay isn't a traditional loan, using BNPL services responsibly can still positively impact your credit score, while missed payments can have a negative impact. Now, let's talk about spending limits. When you first sign up for ZipPay, you'll typically be assigned a spending limit. This is the maximum amount you can spend using the service. This limit can vary depending on individual circumstances, such as your credit history and financial situation. Over time, and with responsible use, this limit can potentially increase. This encourages responsible spending habits and helps manage risk for both you and ZipPay. It's also important to have a valid email address and mobile phone number. These are essential for communication and account management. ZipPay will use these to send you important updates about your account, payment reminders, and other relevant information. Make sure these details are always up to date to avoid any missed notifications. Now, let's address some common misconceptions. Some people believe that ZipPay is only for big purchases. This isn't true. While it can be used for larger items, it's also perfectly suitable for smaller everyday purchases. This flexibility is one of its key strengths. Whether you're buying groceries, clothes, or a new book, ZipPay can be a convenient payment option. Another misconception is that ZipPay is a free service. While it's true that there are no interest charges on your purchases if you make your repayments on time, there are fees associated with late payments. It's crucial to understand these fees before using the service. Always make sure you have sufficient funds in your account to avoid incurring any late payment fees. Reading the terms and conditions is always a good idea. Finally, some people think that using Zip Pay is a sign of poor financial management. This isn't necessarily the case. When used responsibly, Zip Pay can be a useful tool for budgeting and managing your finances. It allows you to spread the cost of purchases over time, making them more manageable. The key is to use it wisely and within your means. So, to recap, who can use Zip Pay? Generally, you need to be over 18, an Australian resident, have a valid debit or credit card, demonstrate responsible financial behavior, and have a valid email address and mobile phone number. It's not about your income bracket or the size of your purchase. It's about meeting these basic criteria and using the service responsibly. Understanding these requirements is crucial before signing up for any buy now, pay later service. It's about ensuring that you're making informed financial decisions and using these tools effectively. Remember, these services are designed to offer flexibility and convenience, but they should always be used responsibly. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.